So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the CIIRC Tech Dating panel discussion that we have this afternoon. So we are here to explore how some European initiatives are trying to support small and medium-sized enterprises with expert guidance, with hands-on services, but also in many cases fully funded support. So we have today 4 initiatives from European projects. So we have EDIH CTU, AI Matters, AIRISE, and RICAIP projects represented. These projects are part of a growing ecosystem. It's been designed to help companies innovate and adopt new technologies like AI and robotics, but also to stay competitive locally as well as across Europe. So each of these projects are offering something a bit different. So today is your chance to understand what they can do for you, how you can access their services, but also where to begin. So I would like to introduce our panelists. I have on my left David Peszek, who is the Innovation Manager of EDIH CTU, which is your local European Digital Innovation Hub, part of the EDIH network and linked with the AI On Demand platform. We have then Ondřej Beranek, who is the director of the Czech node of the AI Matters project, based at CIIRC CTU. Then we have Harry Bikas, who is the coordinator of the AIRISE project, where CTU is a partner, but Harry is from the Laboratory for Manufacturing Systems and Automation of the University of Patras in Greece. And then we have Pavel Burget, who is the head of RICAIP Testbed Praha at CIIRC CTU. So I would start by asking our panelists a few questions, as they've been showcasing their service offering today. Maybe you would have a few more hints to share with us how to benefit from the services, but also what are the first steps companies should follow for that. So I will start by asking David and Harry, what kind of requests do you receive the most? And maybe what are the services that were requested the most?
Want to go first? You go. You're great. Okay, thanks a lot. First of all, thanks for having us here, and thanks for organizing this wonderful event. It's nice to see all these people around. It's nice to see interest from the industry towards what we have to offer. In terms of requests, I would say a lot of different things coming through all the rounds of funding and of the rounds of open calls that we had in AIRISE. But I would say that the most important thing is for companies to understand where we support them, where we can support them, and what they can get out of AI. Taking that half a step back, AIRISE supports companies in getting their first steps in the world of AI in manufacturing. We're mainly aiming for manufacturing companies, and sometimes what you can do with AI in a manufacturing context is not that obvious. People hear quite a lot about AI these days. We get a lot of information from all over the place about AI and how it will solve everything. In reality, is that AI is a very useful tool in the context of production. It maybe can do things that you were not aware of and can surprise you, but it also has limitations. So we always start by this consultation with companies, and given the chance, I would also like to urge people to join us. We're right on the back, and we can discuss their specific needs and their specific use cases with them.
David, what would you add to that?
I wouldn't add nothing at all. I'm absolutely in. I'm very grateful for the event we have today. We have already received 4 or 5 leads into companies that we will start cooperating earlier or later. So we're very happy to start. And the different levels of conversations we have. The first type of conversation is that we come to a company that is very much influenced by the marketing hype of AI, which seems to promise that from the day of tomorrow everything will be done by the AI. And our main work is to demystify what it is able to do or not. Then we have visionaries who have their visions linked, for example, with Jules Verne films or thoughts and filmed, or other science fiction films, media, who are slowly coming through these days. So there's very different types of conversations we have, mostly ending in data mining, digital twin construction, and more consultations, because the point that we need today is to create time for ourselves to sit back, relax, have a beer, and see what is it that we can do, where can we start, what is the good base where to start.
Okay, and I know that some of you offer services that are fully subsidized or even free. May I ask Andre and Harry to develop a bit on them and to let us know how easy it is to access them?
Okay, good afternoon also from my side. My name is Ondřej Beránek. I'm responsible for the AI Matters scheme implementation of AI Matters here on CIIRC. And basically we provide services with a, let's say, significant discount, which is about 85% on the services. I think this is very interesting for the clients. The administration which is linked to this process is very limited, and also we, let's say, overtake part of this administration. And we have a catalog of services which is available online, ai-matters.eu. And here it is possible to filter the services according to the, let's say, domains, and according to the partners, to the providers of the services. In case of, let's say, CIIRC, we have the equipment here, we have the experts, we have the experience and data, and also important on the AI Matters is that we have interesting budget for the, let's say, upgrade of the technologies which we have here. So I think we can look forward for the humanoid robotics and also for the DC Smart lab. Yeah, so that's it.
And going in from a slightly different angle as it regards AIRISE, some of the things that was mentioned before is also true for AIRISE. So, for example, our services at this point of time, at least, they're fully subsidized. As a matter of fact, we offer the technical services, technical support to companies, and we also fund them for their own effort. This is because AIRISE is a bit unique on that perspective, at least compared to the initiatives that I know. What I mean by that is that we don't ask the companies to develop something. What we do is that we co-develop solutions for them, tailored on their specific needs. As mentioned before, we ask for companies that are in the manufacturing domain. This means companies that produce goods. These companies do have challenges that they want to solve with AI. So what we bring in is expertise in AI and AI algorithms. And what we ask companies to bring in is their own domain-specific knowledge. This means that they need to bring in knowledge about their processes. They need to bring their own data in order for us to be able to train the algorithms. At the end of the day, what we end up with is a custom-made solution it is deployed using company-specific data on the company premises. But this, of course, requires the direct involvement of the company also on the technical side. So we help them carry their AI journey, get started with their AI journey, but we also reimburse, at least for the time being, their efforts as well. And companies can apply. We run a series of open calls on that with different cutoff dates. Companies can apply for that. The next one is coming up on the 16th of July. And you can find more information if you're interested in that in airis.eu/calls, or again, visit us and we'll walk you through the process later on.
So Harry and Andre, you are the most involved, I would say, directly in your European projects. How would you describe, or what would you say is a benefit for an SME to get international expertise or connections, and what can they gain from working in international projects, and do you have concrete examples of what SMEs gain through using your projects?
So since most of the schemes we are talking about is, let's say, have or are implemented on the European level, as far as I know, I think most of them have some kind of scaling model. In case of AI Matters, we are, let's say, directly in 8 countries of the European Union, and we have, let's say, we create a list of the solutions which we co-developed with the clients, with mostly technology providers, and out of this we can have a comprehensive list of the AI-based solution, and we do it. We present these solutions to the, let's say, bigger companies. So what is AI-based features in the manufacturing, let's say, in June 2025? This is interesting for large, I don't know, in automotive OEMs. So this is how we, let's say, scale and present our solutions on the international level. So this is the one, let's say, part of the cooperation. So like introduce the emerging technology in the current moment, which is now, for example. And then regarding the cooperation, of course, we cannot cover all the requests. This is clear. So if we have a request for service, a demand, we are not able, from various reasons, to cover it, to satisfy the client. Then we are looking within our international consortium a suitable partner which can, let's say, overtake the project and can deliver simply the content. Yeah. So this is how we cooperate. Yeah.
Okay, and I see Harry agrees with that. Would you add something?
Yeah, again, it's interesting how similar certain approaches are. So at least a part of the international collaboration is something that is present also in AIRISE. We are a consortium of 14 partners, first of all, that cover a big part of Europe anyways. We do cover a wide range of expertise as well. So depending on the technical expertise that is being required by a company, the partner that is really developing the technical solution or serving or offering the service to the company most probably would be from another European country. So we already have a very hands-on knowledge transfer example from one country or one area to the other. Besides that, we offer very good opportunities for networking all across Europe, and for Europe-wide dissemination of activities. We do that already from our side on events that we participate in, our communications with the European Commission, showcasing success stories of experiments that we run, but also giving the SMEs the space and the means to start talking and showcase with each other, because normally this sparks interest. Interest and discussion always brings new ideas, and this helps them develop even further. So we're trying to do as much as we can on that front as well, and we think that's also quite well perceived by companies that want to do their next step. They're already doing a bit more on the side of technology, but are a bit more outgoing, I would say, and with a bit more of a European perspective, at least.
And there was a part B of the question, which was the example, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I try to recall one example, and we, together with David, we showed in the morning the robotic solution for the agriculture, which is, let's say, a standard robotic solution, which is able, to simply go through the terrain, and also there are various applications which are, say, implemented on that. And so we were able to, and we are still looking for partners within the TEF ecosystem of the testing experimentation facilities throughout the Europe. So we are looking for providers of specific parts of this robotic solution. And I think, yeah, this is the one of the example.
Yeah, from my side, I don't think that I can provide any very specific example, particularly because most of our experiments are actually cross border, so it wouldn't really make sense to emphasize only one. But at the end of the day, it is also about what mentioned before, finding for a specific challenge, finding at the end of the day the partner with the best know-how to support that particular challenge, and this quite a lot of times results in cross-border collaborations. We have had partners from Greece being served by partners from Spain, and the other way around as well. So I would say that maybe, I don't know, 90% of our experiments are run in that kind of modality anyways.
So we have 4 very strong initiatives on stage now, and I can see that you can offer relevant and personalized services to the companies and great benefits. But now please tell me, Pavel and David, how an SME should decide which project to approach. I guess it's hard to choose, and can they benefit from more than one project?
Definitely. It's first of all, it's about finding out what the company needs. So often there are companies who come here to Testbed and say, okay, we just want to improve somehow our production, but we have some rough idea, but we do not know in details what to do. So as Harry said before, it's always about discussion, it's about finding out the needs, about understanding the processes, and so on. It's also about the internal capacities the company has. If the company is able to do some AI-based experiments by itself, definitely AIRISE is a good opportunity, a good funding scheme how to start with the experiment. It's also about the scope of the project. Basically, the scope for AIRISE experiment is smaller than actually it can start small, but it can extend by a continuing pilot experiment. So also AIRISE is suitable for companies who more or less know what they want to do and as I said, have their internal capacities. If I take AI Matters, for example, it's more focused on such companies who want us as the service providers to help them specify what they can do. And the services from AI Matters as well as EDIH, CTU are about more, I would say, deeper involvement of the service providers like CIIRC, for example, but also other partners in the consortia through Europe to, let's say, create the proof of concept of the solution and then possibly continue further.
Thank you. David, what do you think?
Well, if you asked me how do I like today's event, I would say that it demonstrates very well what is the wonderful benefit. Should I have two?
It's maybe me.
Or was it? Whatever. So the point is that the visionaire that we have here, Professor Mařík, has brought the institute bottom up so that it integrates all levels of support a university unit can provide to industry. So the point is that whoever you meet on the corridors and talk to them, they probably will know where to go for the solution that the customer needs. And this is how we start. We start with the questions and then answers and conversations with the customer, and then getting back to your original questions, we have also a project department here, a project office available that can help us see what stages of the project can be financed from which resources, and even there are even stages that can have multiple sources of financing. So the whole process of planning starts with a vision and with a conversation, and that's why I'm very happy to be here at the start of the new discussions we will be doing.
Thank you. So I would ask Pavel to summarize a bit what are the key opportunities and upcoming offers. If we look ahead, what should SMEs watch for the next months or weeks? And I would ask Natalia, could you show the next slides?
Okay, so as already mentioned several times, there is the next cutoff date for the open call within AIRISE, which is 16th of July, in 1 month, in fact. So there is still just the time, which I would say exactly as is needed, 1 month for, to prepare the experiment proposal. And of course, other opportunities in AI matters, so it's a constant offer of cooperation as well as with EDIH. So it's about starting the discussion or meeting, starting the discussion, and in fact, it's also about realizing that something needs to be changed, something needs to be improved in the companies.
Upcoming opportunities.
Upcoming opportunities. Okay, because I was, we are talking like EDIH, AI Matters, AIRISE, so, various schemes, but this is actually showing that like AI topic for European Union, this is an important, let's say, building block of the future. So we can see that it's a really vivid ecosystem. We have new schemes. There are overlaps among the schemes, and I think it's not so important that you understand, what the schemes are about in detail, because this is our job. This is what we have to do. So to translate, let's say, the ideas coming from the authorities, from the European Commission, from the national states, to translate the offer to you, and we can see the increase of the money flowing into this field. And so the topic is, let's say, hotter and hotter.
So if I should translate that into what the companies understand, you could imagine that the projects that we are now running are kind of a pre-sales consulting infrastructures for the real experts that we have at our hands. So we are taking a part of their time that they would need to devote to consulting the customer needs, and then coming back to them with a ready-made questions, solutions, or even deeper prepared opportunities.
Thank you, Pavel.
I think it's also important to say that this may be the first, let's say, step for the company to start thinking about innovations. Sometimes companies may be afraid to invest money into something like AI, which they actually don't. Actually, they hear it always from all the time from all the sides, but they cannot imagine what exactly it can improve in their operations. By providing these funding schemes, it may help the companies find courage to start thinking about innovations and to make the first steps to really implementing them.
Would any of you like to add something else? Maybe Harry?
Just maybe kind of repeating what has been the theme for the session. I'm very much with Pavel and with everyone on that. Get started. I mean, we hear a lot about AI. It's natural that the technology is being sometimes overhyped. People might be skeptical about that or might have an idea. You don't need to try and solve the riddle by yourselves. Get out there, talk to your experts. You have experts that speak your language, right in the corner, very reachable. They can help you map the landscape. They can help you map the opportunities. We have a risk-free environment, or we offer a risk-free environment through the projects. So at the end of the day, you don't even have to invest your own money on that. You might need to invest some of your time on that, but it's relatively risk-free. So get diagnosed in a way, get assessed, and do the next step. And if it works, and I think it will work, and then you will want more. If it works, that's fine. If it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. It's a risk-free step. So go ahead and do it. That's all.
I think it's also important to emphasize that you may want more after trying out this first experiment or this first service, this first of proof of concept. After you see that it makes sense, that it brings some, let's say, cost reduction or increases effectivity and so on. So then you will see, you will find out that maybe even without the funding schemes, that you will want to invest into additional AI services, AI technologies, and so on.
Okay, so I think you've summarized very well how easy it is to innovate and access funding for that, and to get expert support to get there. So thank you very much. And I guess we can slowly conclude. Maybe would you have any questions for the panelists? Maybe there. I don't know if we have. Thank you, Pavel.
Okay, thank you. My name is Libor Přeučil, Intelligent Mobile Robotics, and my question is to Pavel mainly. You're talking about the AIRISE project, so specifying it like smaller projects or smaller tests. So what does it mean in quantitative measure, smaller?
It's the size of the experiments is 40,000 euro, and the involvement of us as the service provider or any other partners from the consortium is up to 2 person months into providing such a service. And then the, let's say, next type of experiment is pilot experiment or pilot validation, which can be funded by 60,000 euro for one pilot. And the contribution of the company is 25%. So the company will get 40 or 60 euro and pay the additional 25%.
Any other question?
To complement your answer, Lucio Satora from Tecnalia, by the way. The point in the implementation of artificial intelligence in manufacturing is that it takes a lot of money initially compared with the cost of implementing it. So it takes months to implement it, and then what will be the result? If we are talking about maintenance, maybe the result will be in 2 years' time. It's too long if we want to get a return of the investment. So what we are trying to do in this project is, I wouldn't say a small projects, but fast projects, so fast implementation. So our challenge has been to do an artificial intelligence implementation in 2 months. Okay? No. Real implementations in production. Yeah. So what we had on the beginning of the project, was already several tools designed by all of us. So we are about 15 partners, and there were like 50 tools in different aspects of manufacturing, in design, in manufacturing, in maintenance, in robotics, in programming, in et cetera, supply chain, this and that. And what we are trying to demonstrate is a real implementation in those small and medium companies within 2 months. That was our challenge from our side. So it's not small in the sense of amount of money, it's fast. I would like to...
My motivation for the question was, we have the experience, we are a research lab here in the institute, so my experience is that the companies come to us whenever they have a problem which cannot be used, making use of off-shelf solution, which is always cheaper. So they come to us with hard problems, which takes time. So that motivated my question whether the typical cases we face will fit in this concept. So, but this is a different approach. You are trying to speed it up as much as possible to prove that you don't have to spend half a year or 1 year on developing some solution. You come up with the simple ones, but fast, right? Well, not really, but sorry.
I think that
need not to be simple necessarily, but fast.
Yeah, an important aspect here is also that we expect some involvement of the company capacities. So we also expect that they have some people who are able to deploy AI solutions, who know how AI works in principle, and they will use the service of the experts from academia, like you, for example, to help them with it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other question? No? So I guess we can conclude this very interesting panel discussion. Maybe we should ask Eva to conclude this event, because maybe she partially opened the event, so she can help us conclude it. But anyway, I would again encourage you to follow up with the teams. We will show a bit more the contact details and on the upcoming offers that are available for you. Visit the project websites, get in touch. We will stay here for a few minutes if you want to reach out to them as well. So don't hesitate. And I hope today's plan and conversation helps you take your next step forward, and that you will succeed in applying AI in your business. Thank you very much.